Good morning, friends. So, yesterday we did was factorizing a polynomial, but which polynomial? A quadratic polynomial. In which form? Ax square plus bx plus c. Yes, and I have given you some sums for homework. We factorize the polynomial in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where a, I told you yesterday, cannot be 0, right? So, it is a second degree equation. How do you know it is a second degree equation? Because the highest power of x is 2, it is a second degree equation called a quadratic. So, not an equation of polynomial, this is a quadratic polynomial, right? So, yesterday we learned how to solve this. So, what was the method? ABC here are constants. So you take the coefficient of x square and c and multiply them both, right? So you get a number. Then you find the factors of this number such that the sum gives you b. So that is all the sums we practiced yesterday. Let us look at one sum today. So y square minus 5x plus 6. Okay? Now in this sum, you can see, let us compare. What is the a, B and C? So, A, B and C is, A is 1, B is minus 5 and C is 6. So, what is AC equal to 1 into 6? So, we have got AC equal to 6. Right. Now, we know the method splitting the middle term. So, what do we do here? We find the factors of 6. The factors of 6 are 1 into 6 minus 1 into minus 6. We have got 2 into 3 and minus 2 into minus 3. Now let me find the sum of all four. 1 and 6 make 7. Minus 1 minus 6 makes minus 7. 2 and 3 makes 5. And minus 2 and minus 3 makes minus 5. And since my b is minus 5, I will split it into these two terms, right? But suppose let us say, now yesterday we did splitting the middle term and this method is very good, but you will see very shortly that if our sum is not of this nature but it is a cubic polynomial. So let me write a cubic polynomial on the board. Yes? X cube minus 23 x square plus 142x minus 120. Now this is not a quadratic. This polynomial is called a cubic polynomial. Okay? So how is a cubic polynomial written? In this form it is written as ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus b. Again here a, b, c and d are constants. A is not equal to 0, a cannot be 0. If a is 0, this becomes a quadratic equation because this term goes away. So a is not 0, a, b, c, d are constants. Now you see here we have got a as 1, b is minus 23, c is 142, d is minus 120. So what is the comparison I am making here? Follow me slowly and understand. Yes? Keep your pace and understand. This one is a quadratic polynomial. And the method we have to solve a quadratic polynomial, we know one method we have learned, is splitting the middle term. Right? And we practice many sums based on that. So if you are following what I am trying to tell you, follow me closely. We are factoring a polynomial. Yesterday I told you the first step is to take anything common. Yes? And linear polynomial we have done. Quadratic polynomial revised yesterday. So quadratic polynomial is solved by splitting the middle term. This is the method. We take a into c, we get 6. We find out the factors of 6 in multiplication and then we choose according to the b how do we split the middle term. Now I move to the cubic polynomial. Yes, to begin this sum, I cannot use a method like this. So first of all, I need to find the factor of this and break this down. Yes, and this can be broken down in two methods, which I will show you very shortly. But the thing I am trying to explain again, for a quadratic polynomial, we have got a method called splitting the middle term. But for a cubic polynomial, to start this sum, we do not have any such method. So first we have to find the factor of this and break this down, and after breaking this down, we can use this splitting the middle term. Now how do we break this down? So breaking down will take a lot of time. Now we remember in the lecture, previous lecture I taught you what is the remainder theorem. You remember the remainder theorem? So if our polynomial px is written as x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. If I write this polynomial, right? This polynomial I have written down. Now, to find the first factor, I will put p of 1, p of 2, p of minus 1, p of minus 2, p of 1 by 2, p of 1 by 3, p of minus 1 by 2, p of minus 1 by 3, p of 2 by 3, p of minus 2 by 3. This becomes like a trial and error method. Because we do not have any direct formula, we should try with the trial and error method. But how many factors should I take till I reach a conclusion? Okay? So the hint for this sum comes from this sum only. And I will show you how it comes from this sum. Okay? The hint for this, understand, the hint for this comes from this. So here we have got splitting a middle term, but for this we do not have splitting any terms in between, right? So we will have to get a hint from this sum from this. So here we are going to do the same thing, trial and error method. Even though we have a formula called splitting the middle term, just now for the sake of this sum, we are going to do trial and error method. So I'll write down, sorry there's a mistake, it should be a 5y. Okay, it should be one variable only. So let me write down q of y is a polynomial written as y square minus 5y plus 6. Now I want to go by the trial and error method. Okay. So which numbers should I use here for the trial and error method? So the hint to this is, you see what is a into c? 6. And which are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3 and 6. Since you know the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6, we can try plus and minus 1, plus and minus 2, plus and minus 3 and plus and minus 6. So these are the numbers we should try. So let us try 1. Q of 1 square is 1, minus 5 into 1 minus 5 plus 6. So 6 plus 1 7, 7 minus 5 is 2. So 1 is not this factor. So x plus 1. When I put 1 here, what do I get? X minus 1. Sorry, 1 becomes minus 1 is not a factor. Now let me try minus 1. So minus 1 square is 1. Minus 5 into minus 1 becomes plus 5 plus 6. Gives me 12. So x plus 1 is not a factor. Let me try 2. 2 square is 4. 5 into 2, 10 plus 6 equal to 0. So I got x minus 2 is a factor. Clear? So I got x minus 2 is a factor. So this is something I did here. But what I did, I have used again the trial and error method. But what I have done in this trial and error method, I hope you can see the board fully. Yes, you can see the board fully. So what I have done in the trial and error method is, I have put a numbers here. But how did I choose these numbers? So for choosing these numbers, I took a into c. A into c is 1 into 6, 6. So I only choose the numbers which are factors of 6. Now if this does not work, we will have to go into fractions, but basically we do not need to do that. So I am going to use the same analogy for this one also. But this time I will take the A into D. So what is the A? 1. What is the D? 120. So A into D is 120. Now because it is 120, what should I do? I should write down the factors of 120. Yes? So here we are making use of this was a quadratic polynomial. I know how to solve this by splitting the middle term, but for this sum there is no such method. So the first step is to do this. And what is this? The remainder theorem. So you put the values and see which is a factor. So if q of 1 is 0, then x minus 1 is the factor. If q of minus 1 is 0, sorry, I made a mistake here again. It's not x, we should write a y here because it's a particular in y. So no other change but y. So q of 2 we got a 0, means y minus 2 is a factor. We got this by splitting the middle term also. So we have done this splitting the middle term. So now we move on today to the cubic polynomials and understand the first step of the cubic polynomial. So what is the first step for a cubic polynomial is this trial and error method. The remainder theorem or the factor theorem. So tell me the factors of 120. 1 is a factor, so I'll take plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, plus minus 4, 4 30s are, plus minus 5 24s are, plus minus 6 20s are. And does it go by 8? Yes, plus minus 8 into 15. Then we have got plus minus 10, plus minus 12, 12 10s are, 15 8s are, 26 are, 24 5s are, 30 4s are, 40 3s are, 60 and 120. So we have so many factors of 120. Okay? So now what is the method we need to do? Start putting them one by one. So say P of 1. 1 cube 1. 1 square 1 minus 23 plus 142 minus 120. What will we do at the negative numbers? Minus 123 minus 120 gives minus 143 and 142 plus 1 is 143. So 1 minus 143 we got 0. In the first trial only we got 0, means if P of 1 is 0, x minus 1 is a factor. Okay, not to worry. If 1 did not work, we would have tried minus 1. If that did not work, we would go with 2 or minus 2. We keep on doing this till we find one factor. So we got x minus 1 is a factor. Step 1 done. So now after doing x minus 1 is a factor, what comes next? So now try to understand this in total detail. Quadratic polynomial you learn fully splitting the middle term, but I told you the method I used going to a cubic. So this time we are dealing with a cubic polynomial. What is a cubic polynomial? Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. I am writing here plus, but it can be a plus minus. Okay, the value of b may change. A is not equal to 0. A, b, c, d are constants. So the first step is to do a into d. We get 1 into 120, 120, and then the factors of 120, and then try out the trial and error method. There are so many things we can use. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 to the 32, but we directly got x minus 1 is a factor. So in this polynomial, x minus 1 is a factor. Now after finding out x minus 1 is a factor, what do you do? So after this comes the long division. In that also there are two methods possible. First I do the long division and then I do the horizontal. So there is a vertical division also and a horizontal division also. So first I am going to do the vertical division. Okay, vertical. So we have got that x minus 1 is a factor and the sum is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. So first we learned out x minus 1 is a factor. So one factor we have got. Now we start. So you can see how we progressed with the lectures. Yes, I taught you long division method, I taught you remainder theorem, and I taught you splitting the middle term. Combining these three, we are going to solve this sum. So to solve this sum, what we need to do? We need to first understand the remainder theorem, how to find factors. The value is 0, then x minus 1 is the factor. Remainder theorem. First in this sum, so what are we doing? All the steps we did sequentially is to factorize a cubic polynomial. So first step, remainder theorem. Have you understood this step? How to get the remainder of the factor theorem? You take p of 1, p of minus 1, p of 2, p of minus 2. If you get p of 1 is 0, then x minus 1 is a factor. If p of minus 1 is 0, x plus 1 is a factor. If p of 2 is 0, then x minus 2 is a factor. If p of minus 2 is 0, x plus 2 is a factor. So first step, remainder theorem, got a factor. Moving to the second step, what is the second step? Long division method. So now comes the second step. So x into x square. X square into x gives me x cube. But now x square into minus 1 gives me minus x square. Signs change, this becomes minus, this becomes plus. Minus 23 plus 1, minus 22 x square. Plus 142 x comes down. How does x become minus 22 x square? So minus 22 x. So you get minus 22 x square, minus 1 into plus 21, minus 1 into minus 20 becomes plus 22x. Signs change, becomes plus minus. Minus plus cut. 142 minus 22, 120x. Minus 120 comes down. How does x become 120x? So plus 120. So I get 120x minus 1 into 120 minus 120 minus plus remainder I got 0. Why I got remainder 0? But I already checked, is it a factor? It is a factor, right? So this is what we have done again. Keep on understanding. The cubic polynomial I have written down. I do a into d. I get 120. I write down all the possible factors. So you don't have to write everything down, but follow the method. Again I am telling you, the basic purpose of this lesson was factorizing a cubic polynomial. But you can see how many steps are involved in factorizing a cubic polynomial. For this, first step was the remainder theorem. If you know it well, good. If you do not know it, go to the previous video, understand the remainder theorem or the factor theorem thoroughly. Okay, this is step 1. Then second step is the long division method. If you have understood it, fine. If not, go back to previous video, understand it thoroughly. Okay, and now we come to the third step. So I'm going to rub this now. I don't need these numbers any longer, but you have to just see the numbers. Yes. So the sum is on the board. 2 steps we have done, and now we move on to the third step. Okay, 2 steps are done, and now we move on to the third step. So the polynomial was what? X cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120, which can now be written as what? We can write this as dividend. Sorry, this dividend can be written as divisor into quotient plus remainder. Remember, dividend can be written as divisor into quotient plus remainder, but remainder is 0, so we don't need that. So we'll write as x minus 1, x square minus 22x plus 120, and plus 0, but I take out the plus 0 because remainder is 0, makes no difference. So after doing this first step, finding the factor long division, I got 2 factors, this and this. Now this is what you can see, a quadratic equation. Yes, you must have guessed, this is a quadratic equation, and this can be solved further, and you already know the method, which is the method splitting the middle term. So again, A is 1, C is 120, so 1 into 120 is 120. Note down the factors of 120, 1 into 120, or minus 1 into minus 120. Again 2 into 60, or minus 2 into minus 60, and so on. Now we do not have to write this all again and again. Now comes the mental practice. Two factors whose sum will give us minus 22. So directly jump to minus 10 into minus 12. Minus 10 plus minus 12 gives me minus 22, and minus 10 into minus 12 gives me 120, right? AC is 120. So directly now I will write this as x minus 1. Here I put the square bracket now will be needed. X square minus 10x minus 12x plus 120. X minus 1 square bracket. What is common here? X is common. So x minus 10 I get. Minus 12 is common. X minus 10. Why x minus 10? Minus sign outside, so inside the sign changes. So this becomes x minus 1, and x minus 10 is common in both. So I take out x minus 10. So what remains? X minus 12. So these three are the factors of this cubic polynomial. Okay? Now I'll tell you something else. You saw last sum 5 plus 6. If we factorize, we get y minus 2 into y minus 3. There were two factors here because it is a quadratic polynomial. Okay, we got two factors. Maximum we can have two factors. In the real roots, here, the real factors we can get 0, 1 or maximum 2. But this is because the cubic polynomial we can have a maximum of 3. So we can have a maximum of 3. Yes, so we got all the three factors. So I hope it is clear to you. So again, one last time, all that we revised. For solving a cubic polynomial, the step 1 is, so have you followed this? So this is how we factorize a cubic polynomial. What is the step 1? The remainder theorem. By trial and error we find which is a factor. After the factor comes the long division method. After the long division method comes splitting the middle term. So this sum is broken up into two steps. Now like I told you, this is the vertical method. Now I will try to show you the horizontal method also. The same thing you can get by a horizontal method. So now you see what is a horizontal method. The horizontal method can be worked out like this. Yes? So we have got x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Now we know x minus 1 is a factor. So what I will do, I will write x minus as a factor in the next step. This is the easier method to work on. X minus 1. Now how do I get x cube? If I multiply by x square, I get x cube. So x square into x gives me x cube, and x square into minus 1 gives me minus x square, right? So I took out common. But here it was minus 23x square, and I have already used up minus x square. So what I need to add more here? Minus 22x square, because minus 1 minus 22 gives me minus 23. Now again there is a minus sign here. What is the factor? X minus 1. Now how do I get here 22x square and multiply with 22x? So minus 22 into x gives me minus 22x square, but minus 22 into minus 1 gives me plus 22x, right? But I had a 142x here. I've got a 120, already 22x. So what should I add here? 120x. Did you follow this step? I've gone by this step. I first did the factorization, got the splitting. So what I've done, x cube I've kept as it is. This one I split it into two terms to get x minus 1 as a factor. This also is split into two terms. Yes, based on what I got. So now the 120 comes down. So it is simple. You put a 120 here and get x minus 1. So here we have got x minus 1 common in 3. So this becomes x minus 1. So what are we left with? X square minus 22x plus 120. The same thing that we got here. So this is which method? This is the horizontal method. So you can choose whichever method you want. But first this step remains common. The factor theorem, the remainder theorem is a common step. Here you can go by the horizontal or the vertical. So horizontal is slightly tricky, but you can practice and you can get very good at it. X minus 1 is a factor. So here first I wrote x minus 1. This was x cube here. I wrote x minus 1. So x square into x gives me x cube. But x square into minus 1 gives me minus x square. And this is minus 23. Minus 1 is already there, so I put a minus 22. Then I put a minus 22 into x minus 1 to get me this. But then minus 22 into plus 1 give me 22. But there was already 142 here. So 22 plus 120, and I put the 120 and I got this. And then these steps follow. So based on these three steps, we factorize the polynomial. So now if you have understood the whole method in complete detail, then we will solve this sum very slowly. And if you have not understood, then kindly rewind the video and see the steps again. Try to understand the three steps we have to do, and then we will proceed to this sum. Okay, I am going to start this sum, but if you have not followed the method, kindly rewind the video, see the three method one more time, and only then approach this sum. So let us begin. A is 1, C is minus 5. So 1 into 5 is minus 5. So what are the factors we get? Only plus minus 1 and plus minus 5. That's it. Okay? So what will we start with? Let us start with 1. So P of 1. 1 cube minus 3 into 1 square minus 9 into 1 minus 5. So 1 minus 3 minus 9 minus 5. How much is that? 12, 17, 16. So x minus 1 is not a factor. We try P of minus 1, minus 1 the whole cube, 3 into minus 1 the whole square, minus 9 into minus 1, minus 5. Minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 1 square is 1, but 1 into 3 is minus 3, minus 9 into minus 1 is plus 9, and minus 5. So minus 3, minus 1, minus 3 is minus 4, minus 4 minus 5 is minus 9, minus 9 plus 9 is 0. So we have x plus 1 is a factor. Okay? So I tried with minus 1, I tried with 1, I tried with minus 1, it worked with minus 1. Otherwise I would have to try it with 5 and minus 5. So I tried with minus 1, I got a 0, means x plus 1 is a factor, step number 1. What is step number 2? The division. Okay, so now we don't need this. What is step number 2? The division. So I have got x plus 1 is a factor, x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. And x plus 1 we got a factor. So now x into x square gives me x cube plus x square. Subtract, signs change, minus 3 minus 1, minus 4x square, minus 9x comes down here, x into minus 4x gives me minus 4x square, 1 into minus 4 gives me minus 4x, signs change, minus 9 plus 4, minus 5x, minus 5, put a minus 5 here. So minus 5x minus 5, on subtracting signs change, 0. So second step is also done. So now what I will write? Dividend x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. This step can be written as divisor into quotient plus remainder, but remainder is 0, so forget. Now, quadratic polynomial, splitting the middle term. So this time we will do directly. Two numbers whose sum is 4, multiplication is minus 5. So I will tell you the directly, I will learn how to do directly. Minus 5 into 1. Because A is 1, C is minus 5. So 1 into minus 5 is minus 5. Now minus 5 into 1 is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4. So this breaks up into x plus 1, x square plus x minus 5x minus 5. This becomes x plus 1, our square bracket. I take the x common, x plus 1 minus 5 x plus 1. So I get x plus 1, again x plus 1 common in both, and x minus 5. So these are the three factors. Can be also written as, now this is x plus 1 into x plus 1. So you can also write x plus 1 the whole square into x minus 5. So if you see the sum, actually you will think there are three factors, but no, these two factors are the same. So this has got two factors only. Yes, the factors are 2, multiplication is 3 times, but this is common, it got 2 factors. So I did one more sum for you, and by now I hope you have understood the whole method in detail. Again I tell you, one last revision, A into C, use AC, put down the factors, factor theorem. When you get to 0, you get a factor. After you get the factor, the division method, either vertical or horizontal, and you get the divisor and the quotient. Divisor and quotient. Then this one is a quadratic equation, so splitting the middle term, and we find the factors of a cubic polynomial. So this will be your homework. The exercise will be your homework. Yes, and I will see you with more methods after this. Practice this thoroughly. Again, last time repeat 3 steps to solve cubic polynomials. Step 1, remainder theorem. By the trial and error method, find the factor. Step 2, long division method. And step 3, splitting the middle term to get our answer. So end here today. Thank you.